What's up, Topeka? Welcome to the I'm From Topeka podcast, broadcasting straight from the... We're here to bring you the stories of people in the pulse of Topeka. Whether you're a longtime resident or just curious about what makes the city tick, we've got you covered. And sitting across from me today, I got my man...
What's up, y'all? Mike G, independent artist, Topeka native. It's about the people, man. Speaking of the great people in the city, who we sitting with today?
Man, we are sitting with the GOAT himself, Issiah Thurman. Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go! Everybody give a hand clap, Hey, we in there!
What's up, Issiah?
Let's go. What's up, brother, man?
Boys?
Appreciate you for sliding through. We're going to go ahead and say...
This is like my favorite house to be in.
Yeah, man. Hey,
It's becoming my home away from home, man.
It is. It's a nice, cozy little spot, man. It's that done turn the master bedroom into the podcast studio.
We got the studio rocking. Let's go.
It's very comforting.
Yeah, right?
But no, man, appreciate you for sliding through and being on the podcast, man. But
yeah, thank you.
I mean, y'all, if y'all don't know, this man is commenting, he's sharing, he's on my TikTok lives. This is my dog, man. Like this guy, he's like that. He's like that for sure.
True supporter, man.
True supporter.
Good human right here.
Yeah, for sure. But man, also you have a very important story. You have a very important mission that you have here in life. And man, we want to be able to sit there and give you the platform to highlight that as well. But also let everybody know who you are and what you do and like where you're from.
All right, so, well, I'm from Topeka, baby.
Hey,
let's go.
Which side? Northwest, south, or where?
I've lived in all of them.
Hey, let's go.
I have not lived in the north side, actually. That's like the one side I think I guess the Mission counts as the north side.
I was going to say you're over
So I
there.
guess never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess every single side. Maybe not the west side. I don't remember. No, but I'm Issiah. On the internet, I really go by Zay. I guess it's kind of like the thing. Like I said, Topeka native, Topeka High graduate, hoy hoy.
Hoy hoy, mighty Troy, black and gold forever.
Topeka High drumline player when I was in high school, got to do that. But yeah, Topeka native, like I said, once again, recycle that 4 times. But content. I don't know. Content creator isn't really the title. We were actually just talking about this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself a content creator. I'm more of like just like a creative in general. So I have a podcast of my own and I'm slowly kind of starting I don't know if it'll turn into a media company or a production company, but I have like some thoughts, some ideas.
Okay, cool. We'll pop out on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, grew up in the city. I'll dive right in. Mother's been in prison all my life. I lived in the Mission. I actually work for the Mission now, so that's the full circle moment. I worked there as the creative communications coordinator, so kind of why I'm a creative. I get to do that all the time, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, just grew up homeless tons of times. Struggled through high school a little bit with grades and being on time and doing a bunch of stuff. I was actually truant. Which is crazy. That was a fun time.
Truant. Did you get to see Judge Johnson? Was he there when you were there?
I don't think so. I remember I heard about him a lot in middle school because all like the bad kids went to Judge Johnson.
Judge Johnson didn't play, bro.
I remember
He
that.
didn't play.
I remember that to end like my truancy like hearing thing. It was like during my senior summer, and I was going to visit my girlfriend in Detroit at the time, or in Michigan at the time, and the meeting we were going to have was literally was 5 minutes before I walked in the door. So like, I'm hoping I'm getting back in time. So I'm get to the airport, from the airport in Kansas City, drive back to Topeka all the way. I walk into my house. The meetings have been going for maybe 4 minutes. She's texting like the lady, whatever, I don't remember, like caseworker lady is texting me. She's like, I'm telling the judge, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Bro, I walked to the door. I've been gone all weekend. I go, hey, Dad, what's up? I run downstairs to my room. I click into the Zoom. I'm like, hello.
Hello.
I'm here. Yep. Funny enough, who would have thought I would have been late, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I think I was like right on time, one or the other.
Yeah.
But no, just grew up with a ton of hardship, ton of stuff that sometimes when I think about it and think about now, it's kind of crazy. I guess I'm what most people would call the quintessential, like, how did you get here? Like, how are you here right now? Like, why are you here? Like if you look at the rap sheet, mother like heavy into drugs, heavy into whatever, like the crime and stuff that landed her in prison. Dad who's got Parkinson's disease, he's 67 now, so he was like in his 50s when I was growing up as a little kid. So he's slowing down, and the Parkinson's is getting to him too. And so you just kind of look at all those factors and you go, well, how did you, I was truant. Like I had like a 1.8 for 3 years. I actually graduated on time, which was crazy. But you just, you look at it and you go, how? Yeah. It's like, I literally have no answer other than God. And like, I wouldn't say that I'd be able to say that if you asked me that question, like maybe like pre-college, like end of high school. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's really the answer I'd say. I mean, I'd probably say that, but I'm not sure that I'd believe that.
Yeah.
But I think there was just a turning point where I was like, I just kept looking back and I was like, there's no possible way. I mean, I'm thinking about all these times that I'm like, sitting in like homes with no heat, power, electricity. Like we're borrowing electricity from a neighbor, like watching movies, and like it feels chill. Like I don't feel stressed out, but your body can still feel stressed
for sure.
Be stressed without feeling stressed. It's actually a bad thing because it means you've been stressed so much.
You
don't recognize it anymore. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And then that kind of counteracts and how certain interactions play out. But yeah, I it's always astounding to me just because I think like I never had the mentality of wanting to be like the best at any particular thing because I just didn't really think it was super possible. Like the grades weren't possible, whatever, yada yada at the time. Like everything else I had to juggle didn't give me a lot of room to relax and focus on something so hard that I'd be the best at it because I had to worry about, where am I going to eat tonight? Where am I going to do whatever? And so I think now the philosophy still isn't being the best, but it's just doing what I can to be the best that I can be.
Yeah.
To any sense, and
that's
just
important.
and just like just pushing through it, like
for sure.
Creating good stuff that even though it might not be the wildest thing in the world, like if I can offer somebody something that's still high quality for like half the price that a bigger person's gonna pay for the same type of quality starting out, like that's a huge thing because everybody wants their memories and things like that to not cost a lot or whatever the case may be.
For sure.
And they want those memories documented. Like that's probably like one of the biggest things and that's kind of why I'm like hopping around. I have ADHD, so that's
okay.
I'm right there with you.
That's kind of where
I think all three of us are on that.
But like the biggest thing is now looking back, like because maybe I didn't have like that normal family dynamic or like the normal whatever. There's not a ton of like hard evidence for like memories to live by. Like I have a few pictures. There's not or maybe they are and I just don't have them. Like maybe like my uncle has them or something.
Yeah.
But there's not like a ton of pictures like that I really like think about like that show like growing up completely. Like I have a couple like when I was a baby, when I was in elementary school, and then you jump to high school, and so the development's not there. And so I think about that as a creative, like storytelling is the whole thing. And that's like all encompassing from the beginning to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. What's the story and what's going on? Like even like super small things. I'm like, how can I craft, how can I craft, for Southern Baptist Church volunteering at the rescue mission into a story? Like how can I craft just that experience into a story?
So just to stop you real quick. So it sounds like, which this is, I mean, I'm picking up that. So as you're growing up, you didn't have a lot of, like you're saying, you don't have a lot of like maybe photos, a lot of things that you can look back on that way. So that kind of maybe pushed you to be into that creative lane of capturing that for other people because you realize that importance of that. Yeah.
I think a big thing also, because I realize I'm like throwing myself ahead.
No, you got it.
Was me and my dad all the time. We would, in the early days, we would just watch movies together. Like we would just watch tons of movies. We'd debate over like whether this DC movie was good. He'd always think it was good. Back then, I'd say it was bad. Now I'm like, dang it, these movies are actually kind of good. Like whatever. Some of them are. There's exceptions, but I remember a distinct time, like right in high school, where I found a YouTuber. His name's Corey Kenshin, and I watched him a lot. And so me and my dad shifted from watching movies a lot to watching that. And so that was kind of our bonding, was through YouTube videos and through like content creators that were, playing games and watching the reactions and all that stuff. And that's what really like threw me into the creative side. Like I've always been creative. Like I sucked at sports. I was like garbage at sports. I played on like a like little league team once, and we like had a trophy, and I had it, and like the bat on it like broke, like it's like little plastic like snapped, and I was like, all right.
I don't think this is it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like
I'm
pretty sure it was like a participation trophy. Like it wasn't even that crazy, but so I was never good at sports. And then in elementary school, I was like always in like the musical programs and was pretty good at that. And then going into middle school and high school, I was, into music, band. I played tuba. I literally learned how to play drums to play snare drum for the Topeka High drum line. My freshman year of high school.
Let's go. I'm a drummer, bro. Let's go.
Which was insane to think about.
Yeah.
Because I fell in love with it. The amount of hours I watched, like they're called these drum corps, and they're just like these big bands that people pay to be in, but the networking is crazy. But they're like master level at their instruments. Like they're insane.
Yeah.
Like, being a part of a top 12 drum corps is like, you're crazy. Like you're insane.
Did you play the set ever, or was it just
so I started to learn how to play set.
Yeah.
I think my sophomore, junior year of high school. I'm glad at how I play set now, not at how I used to play set, because going from learning all those marching concepts and all that stuff. When I first started playing set, it was just like hit the drums as hard as possible. Like don't play the cymbals at all.
Yeah.
And
just go
whatever.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just go crazy.
Now I am like proud of my musicality a bit better. Some of the hand independence isn't there, but the musicality is a lot better. And so I feel better behind the drum set because I feel like I'm being more expressive, creative with what I have going on.
Cool.
So I kind of just started the creative journey. I was in film class in high school, did the video production, and we had the morning report, which was like, it's something that played for announcements during Trojan time, which was like AB. If you didn't have Trojan time, then you didn't go to the right school.
I disagree.
Respectfully. It is what it is. It is what it is.
You know what I mean? I was going to let it slide.
Yep. I'm going to throw it in there. I'm going to let it slide. I'm going to let it slide.
We can talk about it after the pod.
Right. Yeah. Well, we won't talk about it because I don't think you're right. But that's really just what propelled my creative journey. I mean, that's what propels me to go forward today, is always just thinking about that story from quote unquote, we'll call it like the nothing to something, right?
Yeah.
Like from nothing even to just like the small things. Like now I feel really great because I mean there's more. The video space is dominating. I mean the video space is where it's at
for sure, and
I feel like that's what I love doing.
Have you ever? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Have you ever like I know video space? You said video space is dominating, right? Obviously, I'm a content creator. I do a lot of videos and stuff. Were you ever into like documentaries, or was it more just like movies?
I never watched a ton of documentaries. I think for me, most of the time, documentaries, because of their style and because of the huge overarching style, right? I think I'm probably more attuned to like the mini documentary type, because you can pace it better. I like medium to fast paced things. Sometimes I really like the slow things, but documentaries always just felt slow, and they just never. They were all edited the same. Like it's kind of how I feel about certain like. I'm gonna get into the hot ropes. It's kind of how I feel about like wedding film to an extent. Like so many wedding films are just like they're like music videos.
Yeah.
Literally. I mean, Mike.
He made it. You put it to your song. You know what I mean? But that's what I feel like. That's why I feel like they should be more though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad I got that footage.
And that's amazing. Like that's on. Like because I can't do like wedding. Like I love documentaries. I love to know people's lives. I like an hour and a half long bro. Sit down. Like let's just kick it. Like that's what I want to watch. But like wedding ones and stuff like that, like it's a great moment. Like I love the moment, but I can only really pay attention if it's like to the music of like
a fire song.
Like a fire song. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like to the music and stuff like that. That's the only way I could really like. Because other than that, I'm just like, oh, they got married.
Sure. Which is it's great.
Yeah, it's great. Like happy. Yeah, cool, but
I find that interesting. And like I have no qualms with like that style of wedding filmmaking, but I think as someone who wants to be creative and wants to tell stories, filming weddings in that way, it's just like cookie cutter. It's like, okay, we're gonna get the shot of the groom buttoning up his jacket. We're gonna get the shot of her dress like hanging from whatever. And it slightly turns in the sunlight, and then we're gonna go get the shot of blah blah blah. We're gonna shoot through a leaf to look at the sun.
That's just not that's not your favorite.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Not
Well, I mean, it's just because it's
right.
everyone knows how to do it. I mean, I could probably hand your 4-year-old son a camera.
It would be his own documentary. It wouldn't be the wedding. It would be his own documentary. He would. What's up, fans?
Right.
Tell him to go. Tell him to go.
All about it.
Tell him to go. Like, look at her dress. Look at whatever. Boom, wedding film.
He did snap a couple fire photos at your performance so recently, though. He's crazy. He's good. He's getting there.
He's definitely
he is.
But no. So I've fallen in love with this reality style / documentary wedding film genre. And I don't remember if I've told you about this. There's a guy named Justin Porter Media. I consider him like the front runner, or just he's the one that puts out some of the best content about how to start doing it and getting into it and things you need to know. At least on the free side, he has an academy that goes super deep, and I'm looking to get into there. Yeah, but like you're saying, when you're watching, you only want to watch that film because they got married, right? Yeah. That's what you are expecting to see. Mm-hmm. In the reality style wedding film genre, it's basically creating a reality TV episode, but it's a wedding. I mean, these are like 30-minute long films.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've never seen one. I have to check it out.
And so like the thing about that style is that because it is story driven, it takes a lot of time because you have to, you're building the relationship with the couple. Like, it's not just like, you're going to hire me as the videographer. I'm going to show up on your wedding day. I'm going to do my job. You're going to like the end product. Thanks. There's the transaction. It's like, no, when I'm onboarding you as a client, I'm going to go, how's the relationship been? Like, what are the struggles like? What like, do you guys ever break up at one point? Oh, you did? Oh, you broke up you broke up for 2 years? Yeah. Oh, well, Mike, what led you back to your wife, dog? What was that? What was that journey like?
We were supposed to have, shout out Henry Alcons. I hope I'm saying your name right. He's the one that shot that video. Yeah. Great guy, man. Much love. I think that just the timing was off because he was looking at doing that, and then we ended up, I ended up late to my own. Like, I was like, they called me, and I was looking at the time, and I was like, yo, we all gotta go now. Like, we can't do this. So it was just, it was a mess. And then we got there was technical difficulties, but it all worked out. But I love that thought because we were actually gonna do that. That was what we were trying to do.
And that's the thing about it.
So it's all shot on the same day of the wedding, or is it like? See, that's the thing.
So you have levels to it. You can create it to the point where you can try and get that stuff on the wedding day, but then you start running into stuff like that. If something goes wrong, then my ability to form the narrative or whatever the story as a creative gets lower and lower out of the window the less I'm in control of what's going on. Yeah. And so when I'm when I'm filming at the wedding, and I basically have no control. Like, I have some, maybe a little. And there's actually a couple things about that. It's kind of funny because Justin brings his own lights to light the reception at these weddings because he explains it in probably the best way. And this is what I think about how I try to do things all the time, which is you never want, I don't want the DJ to be in charge of the lighting, because then when I shoot a shot and because it's not lit well, because the DJ doesn't have lights, I have to go to the bride and go, hey, your wedding film looks like garbage because the DJ didn't have lights. No, as a video creator,
you got to work that out.
No. As a video creator, that's my job. Audio,
you gotta make sure that's right.
Video, lights.
Exactly.
That's a part of it. That's a part of what I do.
Job, yeah.
That's it. And so I can't leave that up to the DJ. I can't let him be the front runner.
He just run music. That's it.
Turn up. And so recording audio from the DJ to get the speeches, oh, sorry, I didn't get your speech because blah, 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 blah. And so it's not only having the equipment to do that, but it's also redundancy.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have redundancy, then what happens when you have one cable and then it breaks?
Yeah, that's true.
Now what? Oh, shoot. Sorry. Once again, by the way, bride, your wedding film, garbage.
We're going to have to run that wedding back.
Run that back. Run that back. And that's the other pressure to it.
That's why when you said you did weddings, I was like, bro, good luck. Because I started off with photography.
That's a specific job.
And then people were like, would you want to do I did some senior pictures. Yeah. And they're like, do you want to do my wedding? I'm like, no.
I'm getting
that's
into
one shot, bro.
I will be completely honest. I have not filmed a wedding at all yet.
Yeah.
I have a couple that possibly are lined up. which I'm super excited for. But that, and I'm able to say all this stuff because the first person that asked me if I would be willing to film their wedding, I said, oh, okay. What do I need to do now to create the best thing I can for this being the first wedding possible?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be like, yeah, pay me money for me to come bring like, my C game.
Yeah.
Because, I don't have the equipment. Like, okay, what do I need to do between now, their wedding? What do I need to do? And that's where Zay Productions comes into play.
Yeah.
I sat down and I went, okay, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Well, I need to generate income pretty much. So I used to work in the car business commission based. Sell more cars, make more money.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how normal jobs work. So now I'm locked into a salary, which is fine. Like I like it that way because now I don't have to work 54 hours a week and I work 40 hours a week as opposed to I'm on a time schedule. I know when I get on, I know when I get off.
That's nice.
Great,
so you can plan around that.
It's great.
It's
great. I can't even lie. But of course, in comparison to the car business, it does have the downside of now I'm locked in at what I have to spend. So, Zay Productions. I sat down. I went, what is like, and there's another guy. He's a friend of mine. His slogan for his company, Buto Media, is from pixels to perfection. And I was like, okay, if I had like a 1-sentence phrase to describe what my values are for this company, this whatever it is, to tell that to clients before they even look into anything else, I said, okay, well, what's a common phrase? Well, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Okay, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, I believe we believe as a company that doesn't exist, I believe that video is priceless.
Yeah,
if a picture's worth 1,000 words, video is priceless. I respect photographers and what they do 100%. Is not for me.
Yeah.
Telling a story in one single frame.
Yeah.
A single second of someone's life is incredibly difficult.
It is.
It is so difficult.
It is.
Telling a story in one frame is insane. Telling a story in 2 terabytes of footage is also hard.
Yeah. Well, and that's what's like it is. But then also you have to be able to do the creative side of like being able to get that story told from start to finish. Because on weddings, like, bro, it's one day. Yeah. Like, pictures. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like pictures would be a lot easier because it's like you snap a photo, and then you'd be like, that one's cool, that one's not.
You get a ton and just make sure.
Yeah, but if you're not at the right angle getting the video, you spent 10 minutes in that same angle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't go back. Like, you can snap a photo, move over here, snap a photo, snap. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's very important.
I think there's
you have to have the mindset for it.
I think there's so many ups and downs. I think now, especially like with mirrorless and shooting in RAW, a lot of so many of the tools we have give people like what they need to do it. I mean, it's like I showed you on that, like we were talking about before we recorded, the DJI 4D video versus the Pocket Osmo 3, right? Okay, the Pocket Osmo 3, a $600 camera, right, or something, whatever it goes for, versus an $8,000 cinema monster.
It's the eye behind it, bro.
Yeah.
It's the person behind it.
It's who's doing it. It's who's doing it. Like, the equipment matters. And the Osmo shoots 4K.
Yeah.
So that helps because 1080, I can't do 1080 anymore. I just can't do it.
It is.
It's hard for me to do.
Yeah.
But it's everything from the beginning to the end. How you tell the story, how am I going to do that? And then how am I going to do that in post? That's another thing. You could be a great shooter. You could be a great DP, a great cinematographer. It'd be buns at editing.
Yeah.
The edit has so much power, bro. It's insane.
Well, this is what we learned from A1. That like he does. He's just a DP. You know what I mean? And like once you get to that level, like, so unless you're doing your own production company, you know,
once you get to that, that's
once
insane.
you get to like he just shoots and he's like, yep.
See, here y'all go. To me, with the like with audio, source material is the most important.
Right.
If you don't get that solid, you're gonna polish a turd every time. You can only polish that so much. So if you get it at the source, you got to do a little bit to make it sound good, and then you can go crazy with edits because you got a good product.
I still
know what I'm saying.
I still want to have to need or want to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah.
Right. So the source material has to be it.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of crazy that A1's a DP because it's literally that insane. Like, you realize that when you start getting to like big film sets, there's one person for like one thing.
One
and
thing.
That
that's what
one
explaining.
and that one person
mm-hmm.
is like better than the
top.
A DP. I won't even try and talk about my camera knowledge to him because I know he knows more about my camera than I do. Because that's his job.
Then there's people that are they're called grippers.
Yep,
they're just light.
Yep, the grip.
They're just light. Like it's just like
and
that's
they know
your job.
everything about that.
Yeah, they know everything about the lighting.
You have the grip, the first AC.
Yeah,
you have your focus. Like there's a guy just pulling focus.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like
that's his whole job. Is pulling focus.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So to bring it back, Connie, you mentioned Zay Productions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that? You're dumping into? Like, is that your next venture? Is that what you're trying to get up, or like what are you doing? With that?
I think right now, I want Zay Productions currently to be what I do on like the side. Like currently, I love my job so much that I don't want Zay Productions to like. And that's kind of like what I was saying about being the best. Like I don't want Zay Productions to become so hefty that I have to leave what I have currently on my job because I feel that I owe a lot to the mission, and so I love what I do, and so if I can take the skills of honing in what I do at the mission and with Zay Productions and make both of those still great quality and do the thing, like. To start up a better life for like me and my family whenever I get married one day. We're getting there. Like that's kind of really the goal. And if after a certain amount of time, I feel like taking on more clients, doing the thing is the way God's leading me, then that's it. I truly think that everything I do is in accordance to the will of what the Father has for me. I cannot. Amen. I cannot stress.
I'm on the same page exactly with you.
I can't stress enough. And so that's literally just how I roll. Like, if I'm going to do this, I don't want to do this because I want to make more money or whatever. I want to do it because I want to do that. And then also know that, I'm following Jesus at the same time. Like I do these things, these stressful things, whatever, in spite of all these things because he's good.
Well, thank you for being at the mission and doing that work. That's impactful. And I'm sure, how does that impact? Like you're seeing people's stories in all kinds of ways every single day. Like you're seeing people coming in, coming out.
It's, I try to envelop myself a lot in what goes on in the shelters. Because when I eventually do have to come around with a camera, I want them to be comfortable with who I am. I don't want them to feel like a type of way. It is like, currently we're working on a project for something. We've announced it. So we're working on a project for Night of Praise, which is the second time we've done it this year, September 22nd. And we're incorporating some stories into the night, and we're incorporating them in a video format. And so I'm like, charged with creating these videos, and I have stared at my whiteboard to start storyboarding for so long. Yeah. Like I have it, like I have it. So it's so there, but sometimes it's, I have all the shots. It's the story now that I work on. If I can figure out the shots, I'm good. Then the story is what I figure out. But it's amazing. I mean, I feel like the reason my story has so much weight is because I was a kid. Yeah. Right. Everybody's gonna have that soft spot for the kid. Sure. Okay, kid went through that. Dang, that sucks as a kid. But it kind of gets lost that people that are 30, people that are 40, 50, even older. These 60-year-olds are dealing with homelessness and dealing with these things, and I just love seeing them, and anything I can do to show them that that's what we do, and that the mission, while it falls under homeless shelter, is more like emergency housing, because that's the environment that I think we feel like. And this isn't like an official statement from the mission, but that's what it is. Because when I lived at the mission, it didn't feel like I was like homeless. I felt like I was just at home. Yeah, and so that's kind of the thing. And so seeing those stories play out, it's just like anything. You invest your time, you invest in relationships, and they play out the way they play out. When people succeed and when they get back on their feet, and you see the joy from them getting back on their feet, when they get that job, when they're hard at work, when they're in the grind, when you're seeing them come back from their late pass because they were out on the night shift, they're leaving at 4 a.m. to go hit work or whatever. You love to see it because it reminds you that they don't, like, sometimes it's not always it's just a card you dealt.
Yeah.
It's not always that much deeper. Like it's literally just that simple.
Yeah. And
man.
People are like, I was
true.
driving the other day, and I deal with mental illness and stuff like that, having bipolar too. But you see people out on the streets, and you're just like, I was thinking the other day, like, you never know what sent that person to that. You know what I mean? It could have been one electric bill. It could have been one, water bill. It could have been one phone call. You know what I mean? So you never really know how people get to that situation. And it's never like, they made all these bad decisions. Of course they need to be there.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that stigma.
But it's a terrible.
It's just like that's just a horrible thing to for people to say. Like even when I drive past people and I see people on the corner. Obviously, it's not like a thing to be like, I can tell. I have really good discernment when it comes to like, they're full of crap. They're just out here getting paid, on the corner.
For sure.
But you can actually tell, and you could see somebody and like I definitely give when I can to those people because like you said, you just never know. Like
you don't.
It can happen to anybody.
Some of them fought for the
that's
country.
What I'm
they
saying.
came back and they just you know what I mean? They didn't get quite the help they needed and they're trying to survive.
There's some people out there roll around in Benzes and Rolls Royces and stuff like that be standing on corners just like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
It's kind of interesting. Like
dog looks like it just came from the groom. It's looking better than our dog.
The funniest thing I used to always think about when I was in the car business was I would drive around and every time I'd just drive down a side street and I'd go, $80,000 truck. And I'd look at their house and I'd go, interesting house.
Yeah.
Like not like your house is bad, but I'm just like, okay.
Priorities.
But there's so many levels to it because like it's easier to get to an $80,000 truck than it is to.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like $80,000 is the down payment for a house.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
As opposed to the 10 grand you might have put down on the truck.
Well, but the thing is like you could get, you know what I mean? Like there's financing and stuff.
Sure.
Like, car salesman, boy, they will make sure you could.
But man, some people just are like, I got a mediocre house and I'm gonna be gone more, and I'm just gonna be.
And that's completely fine.
I'm not gonna be at home.
That's completely fine. But then also,
luxury.
Right.
Like I said, like car salesman will put you in an $80,000 truck knowing that you got 10 cents in the account.
Like, no, like you weren't that type.
You were.
No.
But I'm just saying, there's some people out there that are
they
will. You know what I mean? Like
I roll through with my windows up, bro, just looking at the cars. Like I don't even. It's like if I see something, I'll roll the window down. Bro.
One time when I first started, one of my coworkers, Isabel, pulled up to the lot. And he went out to her window and out to the window, and I was like,
"No,
you did not just do that." No.
Yeah. What'd she say?
People don't like that.
She was like, "I don't like it." I was like,
"That's."
And then when I talk about it, I'll be like, "Yeah, I was just, we were talking with Bleep, and I was like, she was like, is that the one I don't like?" I was like, yes, that's the one that went up to your window. Yes,
man.
That's
the one that went up there and tried
it was during the summer. It was like low. We were low.
He was like, I need.
He was like, I'm hustling.
Like all for it. Yeah,
there's ways to hustle.
But it was still kind of funny. But no, like, what we were talking about?
Talking about home, like you with the mission.
Oh yeah.
What's your like? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but it plays into that. But what's your day-to-day role? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's that look like? Because you said you walk around and you see people and you want to make sure, like, when it's time for you to shoot, they don't feel uncomfortable. So what's it like?
It's kind of crazy. No one day is the same. I mean, literally. So on top of being that, I have some IT experience, so I'm also doing some IT stuff.
Okay.
On top of that. But I mean, most of it is really just, what do I have? Do I have to shoot something today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No. Okay. Let me work on, we're slowly updating the website. Website is a part of what I do. So going through that, when it needs to be updated to the website, how am I going to communicate with directors about their sections of the website as far as wording and what needs to be on there, what doesn't?
So you have your own office in there?
Yeah. Cool. So I have an office in the Children's Palace, and nice. I mean, there's actually a vlog about it. Called Day of My Life. It's on the so I changed the way that I did things. So before I used to upload the Scrap Podcast to my Zay Productions YouTube channel, but then I was like, well, the truth be told, the Zay Productions YouTube channel already had like some subscribers and like a little bit of following. So I was like, instead of just making a new Scrap Podcast channel, I'm just making a new Zay Productions channel.
It makes sense.
Just do whatever. So I rebranded the that channel into the Scrap Podcast channel, and that's the only video on that channel that's not a Scrap Podcast video. But so I made that, but it shifts. I mean, today I'll go through today.
Yeah.
Got in the office. Usually after a weekend, it's putting all the equipment back, because I usually take like my cameras that I also bring to work. I take those home for the weekend. I'll take my MacBook home for the weekend. Whatever else, or I might bring something in. Just kind of organize the office. And I'm trying to remember what I did today. A lot of times it's getting back into an edit. If I'm in the middle of a video, it's. You guys know about the app Be Real? You know what that is?
Be Real? For some
so
reason,
it's like an app. It's like an app that sends you a notification once a day, and you have like this 2-minute timer to try and like. Take a picture of what you're doing right then.
Yeah.
It's like you're being real. You can take it late, but it just like says you're late. But, in 9 out of 10 of my Be Reals, if they go off at work, I'm like, it's a picture of Da Vinci, because that's what I'm doing. It's like a picture of the color grading panel or whatever. So finishing up edits, seeing what else needs to be done. Sometimes I'll just get emails about making edits to the website, or emails about changing some things. And a lot of it is just how do I keep getting better? I'll look at the thing I posted last and I go, what did I like about that video? What did I like about those photos?
Yeah.
What did I not like? What can I change? How can I fix it? And of course, that's like, I love doing that, because like, okay, everything starts to get better. Sometimes I feel bad though, because I'm like, dang it, you got the bad video before I realized like what I was doing. And now I'm getting better. And like,
but I bet they're still cool with it though.
Yeah, I mean,
it's still good.
Because it's top production at that time for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a big thing that like, I mean, who's spending all this time on videos on people that are volunteering?
Right.
That's true.
No one's making videos about their volunteers.
Yeah, exactly. True.
But we don't function without volunteers. Like, and so like that's what I'm saying. Like, finding the story and whatever it is, and showing that like this is what happened. These are what they're doing. We're incorporating with these volunteers, doing all that stuff. So editing, do a lot of that. Most of it's editing, whether it's video or photo editing. Uploading media to the drive, like the OneDrive, to make sure it's all backed up. Deleting media so I can put more media on my computer.
Especially shooting raw, man.
I'm actually waiting for I bought a 22 terabyte external drive to go onto my computer, because
I need one.
How much that run you?
It was 50% off because it was Prime Day.
So didn't capitalize on it.
So a $400 22, or maybe it's 20 terabytes, $400 drive cost like $250.
There you go.
I was like, add to cart.
Oh yeah,
send to me right now. Yeah. No, but like I've been improving, and so like a lot of it for me is I almost view TRM and Zay Productions almost in the same way. So like, if I can do something that'll up my Zay Productions game, I'm not gonna like keep that away from what's going on at TRM, right? So like, I just ordered a gimbal. The DJI RS4 is coming in tomorrow.
Hey, nice.
So that's
nice.
That's for
it's gonna go crazy
for your camera.
Yeah. So the camera will go on it.
Yeah, the camera.
Yeah. I know you're used to like built-in gimbal.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. I was going to say, why don't you just get the Pocket 3?
Yeah.
Why the RS4? So with the RS4, I mean, like the simple answer is like it's the newest one, blah blah blah. But that sounds kind of snobbish.
Bougie.
But in reality, every single time DJI makes a new one, everything just gets better. So, like I watched tons of videos on it before I decided like, do I want to just go with the Ronin S, which is like from a long time ago, like 6 years ago. But with the RS4, they changed a lot of things. So the new focus motor is a lot better, because now it's a fizz motor, which just stands for focus, iris, and zoom. So you can have multiple motors to control different parts of a lens, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I think they call this 6th gen gimbal stabilization or whatever. So the algorithm for how it stabilizes the camera and stuff is just a lot better. Cool. What I really love about DJI is it, similar to Apple, it functions on an ecosystem. Mm-hmm. And so like, if you were someone that upgraded from like an RS3 or an RS3 Pro to the RS4, or from an RS2 to the RS4, the battery grip is actually the same one.
Nice.
So if you had those older gimbals,
you don't
need to buy new batteries.
Yeah, nice.
But they also released this like big battery extender that I was like kind of looking at. But it's massive. It's huge. But it like doubles the battery life or whatever. The gimbal already runs for like 13 hours already. But with cinema cameras, the real reason for the gimbal is with cinema cameras, I noticed a lot of micro jitter in a ton of my images. I'll like give like the simpleton version of what micro jitter is. Big shakes, like really tiny shakes that are like super noticeable to me at least. And I was getting tired of. You can add stabilization in post, but when you do that, you have like you almost most of the time have to crop in a bit, and so. I don't like cropping in. Like I'd rather just stay with the image I already had because if I'm cropping in, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of why I got the RS4. Just because it was, the best one.
Just slowly upgrading as you grow. Just slowly kind of upgrading equipment and things.
I just feel like I love that you do that. It's just like it's just more equipment to me. Like I think about it, it's like, but you shoot like high-end production type stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm like vlogging, like skits, like
more of the raw day in the life.
Yeah,
like,
day in the life type.
Here's this.
So it's like I love, and I can shoot. Like like you said on that video, like the camera shoots. It's about the editing and everything like that. But it's like I just feel like, man, it's like, okay, now I gotta get this piece to connect to my camera, to connect to the battery grip, and I'm just like, just give it to me all in one. Like, I just want it all.
That is literally that's why why they made the Pocket Osmo. Content creators.
Yes,
you have a gimbal. Everything 4K, yada yada. The screen is there.
Yeah,
the gimbal, the thing can turn by itself.
Yeah, you can get whatever. Front view, you get selfie views. I'm just like,
right. And that's also why DJI made the 4D. Okay, well now we have something that targets the content creator game. Well now let's make an 8K cinema camera with a gimbal built in. Okay, now here's your all-in-one package.
Yeah,
and so like it's all like I think it's totally just about workflow. It is. It's so like what works for you.
Like for sure.
Definitely.
I've watched tons of videos of people building rigs, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'd do that. Like I don't like the way that. Like I don't think I like the way that feels, or whatever.
I'm such a simple person though.
That's how I am.
With audio to them. So I'm simple, but it matters a lot though. Even the simplicity of it matters. Like what you're using simply. Like it's got to at least be. There's a standard.
Right.
There is a standard.
Yeah.
But.
I am about to get this thing that attaches to the car though.
Oh, the suction cup
mount. It's like it's $20.
Just attaches. You can put.
So like depending.
I got a video coming in my mind, bro, that I have played. That's like I need a roller, bro. I need a roller. I was like, there's no other way I could shoot this. So it's like I looked on Amazon. It's $20. I was like, psh. And that's what I'm saying. It's so simple. Like everything that they make for that.
Check out Temu, bro.
I need to check out Temu, bro.
They got everything.
I get my clothes from Temu.
I don't know.
Do you? Have you got clothes?
Bro, yes, bro. Okay. Everything blank that you usually see me rocking is Temu.
I'm not trusting camera equipment from Temu, bro.
Camera equipment.
People. I watched the Audio Nerds podcast, and they got a bunch of mics. Did a demonstration, fam.
It sounded like trash.
They sounded. It was terrible, bro. Yeah. Of course. So,
I mean, that's what you get.
They looked
$5
good,
cameras.
like it was shocking, but then you look at it, it's classic.
There was a TikTok shop video that came up of this little tiny plastic looking thing. It was like 4K. This is the video I shot of that. I was like, you're a lie. Bro, what are you talking about?
TikTok shop, they almost got me the other day, bro. They almost got me. There's this dude had a drone. He had a DJI drone, bro. And he was like, yeah. And he was flying it everywhere.
You said that looks kind of clean.
I was like, yo. He's like, yeah, this is a drone in the link right here. Bro, I looked at that drone. That drone was straight Temu, bro. I was like, there's plastic. They didn't even have
the discount code right here.
Yeah. And so of course I said in the comment, I was like, bro, that's not even the same drone. Like you almost made me spend $20 for this, bro.
Bro, when I'm looking at Marketplace,
it's in the lake now.
Took it off. It's not even taken off.
Just hovering.
When I saw they actually just didn't even send you a drone.
They
send you
a picture of it. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. You got to build it.
There's like I'll be on Marketplace just seeing like what the used camera market's like, and randomly I'll just see somebody they're like Sony FX3 full cinema camera $500. I'm like,
wait a second,
hold on.
It's just the display picture.
You're telling me the $3,000 FX3 is $500?
Yeah.
There was one that almost got me. Yeah. I was like, it was like, I don't remember what it was. No. I didn't DM them, but I did send it to my boy. I was like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, does this look legit? He was like, nah, fam. And I always click the profile to see like if they've posted in the same area.
Yeah.
You know the scam instantly because they'll post in multiple locations.
There
like,
it is.
So how did you post 4 hours ago in Texas?
Yeah.
There you go.
And also
just send checking your routing. We'll get it to you quick.
How'd you do that? You want to let me know how you did that?
It's like, yeah, we need to get your address. Also, put your social in.
When I used to search for cars all the time, there would always be the ones that are like, selling this for my grandpa.
Yeah, exactly.
Email only.
Or they'll do, I'm moving out of state, like military. I'm moving out of state. Need to get rid of this. I just got deployment papers saying I need to do. I'm just like, it works on bases though. Like there is bases where the guys are like, hey, like I gotta move. Like I'm selling my Dodge Challenger for $2,000 because they're like, I mean, if not, it's just gonna get towed and I'm not gonna be able to do nothing. But
there's very few and far between.
Very few.
But like from going like shooting into an Osmo Pocket to shooting on, like I said, Black Magic with a gimbal and blah with a follow focus and yada yada, they serve their different purposes. Like the other night, I was kind of looking at maybe getting an Osmo, and I was like, I don't think I'm really the running gun shooter though. Like I just don't think I don't think I can do it. And so or what I really meant, because you were like simplicity is the thing. I remember telling my boss, I was telling him about all this stuff like B-raw and color grading from log and
sitting there.
the crazy files and blah blah blah. I'm telling him that 30 seconds of footage is 10 gigabytes, and he's like, huh? I remember we were talking, and we're like, well, where do we get to the point where, this is like the law of diminishing return? Like, where's the point? I was like, but my thing personally, like I personally hold myself to the same point where like, I want to do something hard until it's easy to do.
That's true.
Until it's easy to do.
True.
If setting up the gimbal, balancing the cameras, whatever, all that stuff, all the beginning workflow, learning DaVinci is hard to begin with. I want to figure out how to do it until all of a sudden it's a breeze.
It's so accomplished. So once you do, you find the flow with
it. Because when I first got into DaVinci, I almost went back to Premiere. I was like, I don't like it again. I don't like it. And then once I did, just those few little tweaks.
Yeah.
Now when I go back to Premiere, I'm doing the things that I tried to do, and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't even know how to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like I set my keybind to like getting making the track like longer or shorter, like or zooming in and out to just like my numpad zoom in and out. And then when I got in Adobe, I'm like trying to do the same thing. I'm like, now I gotta like go over here, click, drag. And I'm like, this is terrible. And so like efficiency is the key. And so like that's why like video creators, content creators in general, if you work by the hour, bro, I mean, that's your prerogative. Like maybe I would charge like per hour, like for shooting. Like if a shoot takes forever, then that's a thing. I'm not charging per hour for the edit though, because then what? I'm getting punished for my efficiency. If I'm goated at editing, now I'm punished for my efficiency. When
you don't want to put a time limit.
I could pay
the stuff that I do. I don't ever charge by the hour. I just charge by the project.
I would rather just charge by project than go, oh hey, well here's an hour rate and a separate project fee basically. Yeah. Versus just okay, here's the goals. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's how long it's gonna take. Okay.
Yeah. Because I know I could shoot. Like when we shot,
so you're gonna walk over there.
Jorge
get paid by the hour.
Jorge's Cantina. Like I shot in there and I stayed there probably like 2 hours. And he was like, "When do you think the video is gonna be done?" I was like, "I'll have it done by the night." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll have it done by the night."
And it was fire too.
Yeah, exactly. The whole idea and everything. And he was like, it like threw him off. And I was like, "Yeah." Like
I can't lie though.
I come home and I sit down for like 30 minutes color grading and doing all that. And really, I don't have to do too much color grading because I'm already
you're not in log.
Yeah, I'm not in log.
You're shooting in a normal profile.
Yeah, it's perfect. So like, but it's just like sometimes you get the lighting from inside outside. So do a little bit of that.
Exposure down a little bit, up the contrast a little bit.
So just nothing crazy. But and then like the transitions and stuff like that, I'm just like, it's easy. Like so I just charge by the project. But if I really think about it, it's an hour of my work.
On top of that though, you're able to do that because you've taken the efficiency time to think of what you're going to do. Like, I always go into something. I try to, like, I want to, how do I explain this? I want to date the edit. I don't want to marry the edit.
Yeah.
I want to go into it dating the edit because if I'm married to the edit, then I can miss out on something while I'm editing it. If that makes sense. So
no, it does.
So I want to go into it with the story, the shot list, composition, all of it in mind, and the edit. So when I get to the edit, I'm editing, and if something happens, this is where the dating part comes in. If something happens, I'm willing to go, sorry, this isn't working out. I'm going to change the edit, right? Yeah, so I'm not going to go, and that's part of the workflow. Here's the storyline. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to create it. And that's why you can make that video in 30 minutes because you already know what you're going to do.
Yep.
Like when
and he's been, again, and this isn't like, this was practice too. These things take years of like building up how you like in your workflow, like how you do things. Like,
I seen
really
something
takes practice.
the other day that said like, just because I could get something done in 30 minutes doesn't mean that it makes my price go down. Like it honestly, like it's because I've been doing it for years.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Like you don't charge by the hour because why would I get punished by my efficiency?
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm it's mechanics, it's their whole thing.
Yeah.
They have a standard rate per job. Like this job should cost this much. Blah blah blah. This is how many hours it's supposed to charge a job. The mechanics want to be as efficient and as precise as possible because then you get paid more for less work, but the quality of the work doesn't change.
The quality of work doesn't change because the best quality that you provide.
Yeah, because at that point you should be able to, like sometimes the master techs at when I worked in the car business would blow my mind. One time I walked back and one of them literally was like, "Yeah, I can tell." He didn't even do anything yet, and he goes, "Yeah, I can tell the last guy who did this didn't do this right. Like, they put the wrong screws, or whatever." I was like,
years of experience.
How you know that? Like,
years of experience, man.
But it's literally that. But he's not going to get punished for knowing that and doing it faster than the guy that's going to take 8 hours to do it. It's probably his first time, and it sucks.
Yeah,
like that's not how it should work, especially in the content game. If I can provide you something efficiently, you can actually market faster.
Yeah.
Why am I going to get punished for we filmed 3 days ago and you're still waiting on an edit? Like, I feel bad right now because I'm in the middle of editing this project for Jesus Fest that just happened, and that was like last week.
Was that? Where was that?
That was at Family of God Church. It's like kind of. It's on the north side
with Richard Martinez.
With Richard,
shout out to Richard Martinez.
Cool. Yeah, shout out Richard. He's so cool. Random in the mall, man. Yeah, super cool.
I met up with him and was like, "Hey, I'm just trying to shoot more so I can get the portfolio for Zay Productions. Whatever, try and get some stuff." And I was like, "Can I just come shoot Jesus Fest?" And the reason this Jesus Fest edit is taking so long, Tevin, I'm gonna tell you, Mike. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I did not go in with shot, comp, edit in mind. I went in. I got shots. I was like, "This is cinematic. This is cinematic.
Yeah.
This is the story. This is the story."
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting in the editor and I go, "What did I do? What did I do?" And I'm like, "Okay, I can pull something together. It's gonna take a lot longer than it could have if I had some of the edit stuff in mind." And now, it's been a week and the video's it's like almost done. I have to finish the end of it and color grade it.
It's almost done. Hear that?
It's almost done. It'll be done by the time this is out.
Yeah. You're gonna be good.
If it's not, then there's a big problem.
If not, then Zay Productions. We need to talk.
Yeah.
I mean,
he said, "No, it's TRM. It's TRM. It's not Zay."
No, it's not. That's not. No, it's me. It's me.
Okay.
Yeah, Jesus Fest is me.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus Fest.
Cool. Is this the first year you did that, or have you been?
No, this is the first time I did it. Yeah.
Cool.
Turn it up.
What's up? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of the other thing is that the emphasis on that when you come to me for Zay Production stuff, it's Zay Production stuff. Like I'm not TRM equipment isn't really isn't being used.
Zay Productions. You're the one that's gotcha. You made that very clear. Thank you. You made that very clear.
It's not my job.
Whoa, hold on. It's contract work.
But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm going, and so I'm trying to like film videos and do stuff. That's how it flows out.
You're gonna be at For the Culture?
Yeah, I plan on it.
Let's go. Turn up.
Cool. I plan on it.
Cool.
For the culture, I'm like kind of nervous about because there's people that get hired for media that's obvious, but then I feel like sometimes when the random run and gun guy walks around, like I'm gonna be trying to get shots that some random person's gonna walk up to me like, "Who are you?
Yeah,
are you supposed to be here or something?" Like
as far as I know, I don't think there is any. Like,
I mean, this man's MCing.
Yeah, like I'm MCing. So as far as I know, I don't know though.
Because I was gonna say I was like,
no,
oh shoot,
yeah, he's gonna hit it, bro.
I needed to get my Hot 16 ready.
Bro,
oh shoot,
I'm ready.
Anyway, but like, yeah, like that's the other thing too is like I want to start with all the events that are free that I possibly can, because like I said this earlier, I truly believe if a picture is worth 1,000 words, video is priceless. And if I can communicate that video is priceless for free, then people, hopefully, right, will want to start hiring me for it. Because
can I stop you with that real quick? But you can only do that for so long.
Oh yeah.
You already know. You already know because people will take advantage of that too, and it is a lot of work.
So I'm just building that portfolio.
You are building that portfolio and that value, but like you can. I'm just throwing it out there.
Listen,
three to five good ones.
Yeah,
3 to 5
that's
good
what I'm saying.
ones.
If I know somebody can pay for it, listen.
Yeah, you say okay.
If Evergy sees what I do for the culture, they hit me up. Man, you better give me your money, or you better cancel my electric bill for the next 3 months.
It's owned differently, bro. It's owned differently.
Really?
Mm-hmm. No. Evergy Plaza downtown is privately owned.
They said, "Don't come for us, bro."
It's not wrong place.
Is this like sponsored by Evergy? Is that like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's something like that as far as I know.
Well, even if Evergy in general. Like,
No, it's like that's private. Like we got told that the other day. It's like it's private property.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like they can, if people are in there tripping and acting a fool, they'll be like, "Oh, you can't keep me on this." No, it's private. Like that little corner. like you gotta go across the street.
I own this, brother.
Yeah.
How about it here?
This is my corner.
Why hate from inside the club? I'm kicking you out. I'm kicking you out. Can't even
but yeah, so no, as we kind of like close everything up and everything like that, what is your main goal in the next 5 years with Issiah Productions?
The goal is always to provide the best quality content for an affordable price. Okay. Video and clients are so case by case that I'm almost reluctant to like create a website and say this is what I'm going to charge, because like at the same time, like you're saying, if I'm getting efficient with it, I'm not going to charge a business that, a small loan business, or try and charge them, the standard rate that's on the website, or that deters them actually.
Yeah.
I want to, in the same way that I talked about with wedding films, if I get to the reality, if I start shooting reality style wedding film content, the same way I want to talk to the couple and say, hey, what's the story? Like, what's the thing?
Exactly.
I want, that is how the onboarding process goes. And from there, we develop the package. We develop what it is. What are your needs? Like, it's about whether it's a good fit. Are the services I'm providing what you're looking for? Like, are we actually going to work good together? Is that your plan? Like, what is
smart,
it?
Though. Yeah, that's how it should be.
And so, like, I'll say there probably won't ever be rates that I have on a website anywhere, because that's just not how I create content.
Kind of like reach out. I'm not going to say.
And yeah, like I said, it deters people. I want someone to, and I know some people just, they price shop, whatever, but I want the content to speak for itself.
Yeah.
The portfolio is what speaks for why you're going to fill out that form, that card that's going to send me the email that says whatever. And we're going to set up that contact call and that discovery call and see what we can do. Because I think everyone deserves the opportunity to market themselves well.
Yeah, man.
Like, not everybody can pay for 4K. 4K is expensive out here.
Yeah.
True like 4K. Yeah, sure. 4K is in our phones. It's in our pockets, whatever. But the storytelling experience, the marketing experience, like everyone should be able to access that for whatever it is.
For sure.
And so being able to do whatever I can do on the before front that isn't going to physically take up any of my time, like at being at a location that I can do on a quick Zoom call, 30 minutes, 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes for me to get across town. Why can I not just call somebody for 10 minutes, talk about what their goals are?
Yeah, get their ideas, get the goals,
and then go from there and not even like quote unquote consider that part of my time. Like I'm going to drive across town anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right?
Well, I love that you care, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you.
That's the whole point.
Exactly, and you love it. There's love behind it. You care about every single detail of making sure their story comes alive, and that's very felt. So I feel like you're gonna find success because you really do care. You love what you're doing, man.
Yeah,
true.
I think that's just where I just want whoever is interested in that specifically. Yeah, being able to market yourself, your business, your brand, whatever, at affordable. I hate the word cheap.
Yeah, no, affordable.
Because it forgoes quality.
Yeah.
It's affordable. The rates are flexible because I understand, like I said, I lived in a house with no water, electricity. I know what it's like to be hard to, pay these bills and do whatever, pay them on time. Like, and as a business owner, not businesses small businesses particularly, I know they're not front running profit like that. I know they're not.
Yeah.
But like you said, I can't do what I do for free.
Yeah.
So because I'm efficient, I'm gonna, ease that up on your end because I'm efficient and I know that it's gonna take me 30 minutes to edit your content, and that's not gonna kill me. Catch this $50 video.
Mm-hmm.
No one, and that's the other part of it. No one is going. You're not gonna find. I can almost guarantee it. You're not gonna find that kind of quality for that kind of price anywhere.
Yeah,
at all. You're just not gonna find it. And if you can, I'll beat it.
Yeah,
I'll beat it.
I'll figure it out.
All right, and last question is, what's your favorite thing or favorite memory about Topeka?
See, I actually thought about that one this time.
Let's go.
There it is.
It would have to be when I was playing with the drumline in like my freshman or sophomore year. It was Governor Kelly's inauguration.
Oh,
nice. I think it was insane to just be a high schooler and be in like that kind of space because you think about all the bands, the people that play, during the presidential inauguration. It's like kind of the same thing on the same scale. We're chilling in this big room with this huge table, waiting. The governor's walking around. She walks in the room, says what's up, and as a high schooler, you're like, oh my gosh, the governor, this is crazy. Like, I'm standing in front of the governor right now. Mm-hmm. Kind of like I'd probably freak out if I was in the room with Mike Padilla, like you guys were, like I'd be like, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor, man,
he was cool.
So I think that was probably my favorite memory of Topeka. That like if I describe one, or just all the things just in the drumline within the city, the culture of the drumline, playing at the fiesta with the drumline, playing the inauguration with the drumline.
It's the best drumline in the nation, man.
You already know.
Yeah. Governor Kelly actually photobombed our wedding photos.
Yeah,
we were taking wedding photos at the Capitol, and she came out. On the south side. We're on the south side of the Capitol, right there on 10th, and then like we're just lined up on the stairs and stuff. All of a sudden, Governor Kelly comes out the back door, and it's just like, hey, and she's like, hey, congratulations, and I got a photo. We got a photo. Yeah, we got a photo with her. And
it's crazy.
It's wild. See, everybody was like, oh my gosh, the governor. I'm like,
sure that
cool, yeah.
If I was there a video, that would have been priceless.
I know. See, we didn't have a video. We only paid for photography. The budget was thin.
I told you.
Onboarding call. Don't worry. We got a 10-year anniversary. 10-year anniversary coming up. We gonna turn up.
Well, you got a wedding singer and you got someone that's gonna get it on video.
It's gonna turn up. We got 5 more years, so 5 more years.
We'll see.
Especially 5-year plan.
That's why he asked where Zay Production was.
He said, "Keep going because I got
all of this is leading up to filming the 10th anniversary of the Harmon's wedding. That's the whole purpose of Zay Production. That's it.
We gonna get right.
I need to get all the equipment just for that.
We're all gonna be like so much further, like in our careers. Like with this, like, we just, amen. It's gonna happen, and then like it's gonna be a huge turn up. Like it's gonna be it's gonna be a whole vibe. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But no, man. Where can they find you at?
I don't remember because the handles have changed. You can find the Scrap Podcast at the Scrap Podcast on YouTube. You can find Zay Productions. There is a page on Facebook. It's not there yet. You can find me at Zay Productions. I think the technical handle is Zay Productions 16.
Okay.
Across the platforms, but just Zay Productions, and you'll find me around the city.
Let's go.
You find me at For the Culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, For the Culture this weekend, which this is already this will be aired after. But much love, man. We appreciate you,
bro, for the great conversation.
Yeah,
it was always a good conversation chatting it up with you, man. We appreciate you for coming on out. So
definitely
make sure that y'all like, subscribe, comment. Who should we have on the podcast next? And also hit that bell notification so you never miss a I'm From Topeka podcast.
Don't miss
never.
Let's go. We'll see y'all next episode.
We love y'all.
Love and peace.
If you from my city, say it with me. Throw them T's way up in the sky. From the north, south, west to the east side. Topecity. I love Topeka, babe.